There have been many times in history where people have imagined the world was going to end. However, with the availability of weapons that can literally destroy entire nations now, and the ability to affect people in those nations through the use of things like social media, we've never been in a position that we are in now. So the handful, literally handful of people who are at the very top of the feeding tree, if you want to put it that way, they are the ones that are ordering everything that you see now. The organisations, you ever seen me 33? You see me saying this all the time. Look into that number and what it represents and who it represents. I've said it many times, but you can look into that. Those organisations are the ones that are telling what we perceive to be world leaders what to do. They're not world leaders. They're not even puppets. They are the weakest, most usually unintelligent. They're intelligent to a degree, and then they're not intelligent. So if you look at someone like Starmer, which I've said before, he's probably the dumbest Prime Minister we've ever had in this country, but he's intelligent enough to get himself a Sir and who have got himself into a position where he could be a lawyer. I mean, you wouldn't have this man representing you if you got a parking ticket, but apparently you don't need to. You ever met a few lawyers? They're not all that bright, actually, but they know the law. They know how to use that system. And someone like him is using that, or abusing, that system. But down from him, you've got the minions, as we all call them, like people like the police, who just do the bidding of those people. So they enforce all these ridiculous laws that affect the likes of you and I. And then you've got people, like at our level, who go along with it. I never quite understand why anyone went along with that really colourful thing, you know. But they do. But I've already said 1 in 6 people are the PDF file members of society. 1 in 6. That's real figures. That's real figures from the police. That's only the ones that caught. So believe me, there's plenty of people who are going along with this. And there are many people in social media who also go along with this. And that's a kind of tier system of how we end up in what we've ended up in. But this is, believe me, this is absolutely planned. And it's planned from the people at the very top. As I've already said, look into number 33. And then you understand just how utterly evil that plan is. It is beyond the destruction of people. You know that Soylent Green? Remember that? It was like, oh no, we're eating people. Good grief. It's beyond that. When you understand that literally every single person who will die, and many people will die, is a sacrifice. You see who that's getting sacrificed to. And then you go, are we really going to try and stop this thing? I don't think the will is there yet. And when the will is there, it might be too late. But somebody's going to have to do something. Peacefully, of course.